This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.
Yo, what's going on, homies? Another episode of the Big Homie's House. We got a special homie in the building. Goes by the name of Chanel Scott. What's going on? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How about you?
Hey, I'm feeling amazing. Thank you for coming and kicking it with your homie here in the ATL.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's get straight into it. So for the people that may not be familiar with Miss Chanel Scott, give me a little bit of background info on yourself.
Okay. Well, my name is Chanel Nicole Scott, and I am the executive producer and creator of Relationships Matter, a relationship talk show that can be seen on In the Black Network. People also know me as the creator and executive producer of Community, which was seen on Fox Soul. Mm-hmm. And episodes can also be seen on In the Black Network as well.
Okay. So, relationship expert.
I don't label myself as expert, but other people do.
That's what I'm drawing on.
I just like to have the conversation.
Yeah. So what conversation are people not having that they should be having when it comes to like how men and women or anybody that's in a relationship interacts in 2024?
We're not talking about anything. We skipped that part. The communication piece, you got the texting, nobody's talking on the phone. But more importantly, I like to talk about past pain and trauma, things that plague relationships today, things that cause relationships not to work, whether it's communication, whether it's having that conversation about sex and intimacy. My partner and I, Josh Powell, he's a former NBA player, 2-time NBA champion. We do
relationships. He played for the Hawks, didn't he?
He did.
Okay.
Yes, we do Relationships Matter together.
He was just on Big Facts a few months ago.
He was.
Okay,
Absolutely,
okay.
He was. So he and I, we do the show together, but we talk about healing. We focus on healing, but we also unpack the past pain and trauma. We have a card game coming out in August where it deals with like helping new couples navigate past pain and trauma by asking those difficult questions.
Yeah. So just starting at the beginning, I feel like one question that I do have is how do you define the early stages of certain relationships? Because I know a lot of people, especially like myself, like I can only say I've actively dated, like, okay, we go together. You know, back when you was a kid, what would you say? You go together. I only went together with like maybe 2 or 3 women in my lifetime. But a lot of people, that dating word is a lot more sensitive. Like you can, if you text consistently enough, you guys are dating. If you go out on a few dates, you guys are dating. But to me, I feel like you got talking for me. This is just for me. You have a talking phase. You have the courtship. And then you have dating and then exclusively dating.
Okay, so that's reverse. So you got the talking stage where you're just kind of doing your exploratory phase, discovering different things about that person, discovering if you even want to spend some time or go out on a date or even spend some money on that person. Yeah. Then you have the dating phase where you're getting to know each other, you're in each other's presence, you're having those difficult conversations, you're vetting the person, and then it's the courtship. Because the courtship is a little bit more serious because courtship is like dating with intentionality. Like I'm dating with a purpose. Like I'm really digging you and I'm trying to take this to the next level. So now I'm courting you, and typically courtship is done with exclusivity. So you're only dating that one person. Yeah. Whereas the just dating, you could be dating multiple people. I don't subscribe to the whole idea of dating multiple people. But you have the dating and then you have the courtship, which is like I'm dating you with intentionality. Yeah.
See, I feel like it's different for men and women because if I'm courting a woman, I'm not courting every woman that I may be talking to.
Right.
Because sometimes you may be talking to certain women while courting like one woman.
So you're courting her, but you're dating them.
See, I don't even consider that dating because.
But if you're going out and spending time, what you call it?
We kicking it. We cooling it. We're not dating.
What are you doing though? What exactly are you guys doing while you're kicking it and you're cooling it? Are you going out to eat? Are you being intimate? What are you doing?
We could be doing all that, but we're not dating.
It's dating.
No.
That is dating, sir.
No.
They're dating you. Like we went out on a date. That's what
we went out on a date, but we are not dating.
No, you are dating. That is not your friend.
I disagree. That's my little
not
friend.
your
That's
friend.
it's not my friend. It's my little
That's an
friend.
Atlanta thing.
It's my little friend.
I take your little friend.
Yeah.
See, that's an Atlanta thing. People like nowadays, because I'm old school, but nowadays people try to friend you. We're doing all the things that people in relationships do, but you're trying to friend me.
Because I got to start. I'm friending you in the beginning because I got to make sure that you're somebody who I would even want to see. Because initially, we know what the initial attraction is. You look good, and at very least, we can
That's
take
a talking
it there.
phase. Talking.
That's not even talking to me. I'm trying to talk you out some draws. That's all I'm talking. That's all I'm talking. That's all I'm talking
See,
about.
Not doing
now I gotta.
right.
Now I have to see more about you to see if we can even make it.
greedy.
Because it could be to where that's just what we are. We're not even gonna get past that point.
I feel like if you want to do the kick it stage, as long as you two have an understanding and you
For sure.
understand we just kicking it, we not dating, then if both people are in agreement, then that's what you choose to do. But standard dating is like we are going out together, we're going into spaces with each other, dating, we're sharing intimate space with each other.
So I got another question that just popped in my head. So we
Yes.
have these different levels of communication and dating and relationships, right?
Yes.
But can you take it there? Can you do cool things with somebody who you don't see a long-term relationship with? Like say if I'm talking to a girl, right? And we are just talking, we just kicking it. Can I, if I get an opportunity to say, hey, you want to go to a movie real quick? Am I blurring the lines of the relationship at that point now that we're doing intimate things like that?
As long as you're having the conversation. That's the most important thing, because some people like to blindside you and you're doing things and you're not in agreement with it. Like one party is not in agreement because they either didn't want to like rush the situation or turn you off with those difficult questions, or they wanted to kind of go with the flow because they really like you and they don't want to they want you to see them as being cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm just cool. I'm cool with kicking it. But in their mind, if they like you, they're thinking that they're going to change your mind. And if you don't have the conversation and you take them out on dates and you do these intimate things, they're going to be like, oh, he liked me.
But you can tell somebody that is one thing and do that, and they will still think that.
That's why, unless they are in agreement, because that does blur the lines. Because I've had this when I was younger. Someone say, I'm not looking to be in a relationship, right? But then they do relationship things, and we go and we do these, and I'm thinking, oh, he must, he
must have changed his mind.
He must have changed his mind. He's starting to like me, and then you find out that his mindset is still in the same space that it was when he said he didn't want to be in a relationship. But because I was too afraid to get clarity on what it was that we were doing, then I was bamboozled.
Yeah.
You
felt like you was bamboozled,
I felt
but
like
he
I was
told
bamboozled,
you.
but he told me. So it can be confusing. That's where you get the sliced tires. You know what I'm saying? Or the pop-up visits or the embarrassment out in public when you don't get clarity. I think as long as you get clarity and you be like, listen, this is where I am. This is what I want to do. As long as we have an understanding, then you can't be mad.
Yeah. They're going to feel some type of way because of just how females and how they interpret certain emotions. That's natural, but if you do your part as a man and let her know what it is up front,
yes,
but
you gotta ask reflective questions. Say, do you understand what it is that I'm saying? Like I need a confirmation. I want to hear you say that you understand what I just said.
Yeah.
And just continue to have those conversations so that everybody is on the same page. I don't see anything wrong with it if everybody is on the same page, because they may not want a long-term relationship with you.
Yeah.
But we need to make sure that we're on the same page at all times.
Yeah, you got to make sure you're on the same page at all times. Now, my question, like you're happily out of these relationship streets, thank God. Well, not out the single streets. Out the single streets. You're not.
I don't do single streets.
Yeah, you're happily taken. But right now, I feel like it's an awful time for single people.
It's a horrible time for single people.
Why do you think is the cause for that?
Because people don't want to be in committed relationships anymore.
Why do you think that? I have why I think it's like that, but why do you think it's like that?
Because people like to have fun, and they're always looking for the next best thing. Like, if they're still searching, like whoever that person is, it just doesn't do it. They still think that there's something better out there.
Yeah, I feel like the internet and social media has created an environment to where everybody feels like they have so many amazing options. Because if you are in a happy relationship, like I've seen guys that are in happy relationships and they're like, man, look like y'all are having fun. No, brother. No, it's not. It's not fun at all. I feel like right now we are picking. I can only speak from what I'm. Yes, I'm only can speak from what I'm experiencing and like the people that I'm entertaining. But like as far as the women, it's kind of like, damn, did all the good women get taken up already?
You feel like that?
Yes,
really?
I do.
What type of women are you meeting?
The women. Okay, let me.
Because you're in Atlanta.
Let me be clear.
Well, the odds are in your favor.
the odds are absolutely in my favor. But for. I only pick the right one, so I don't have a problem when it comes to dating because I only entertain women that I see myself going for the long ride with.
Okay, that's good.
So if I'm entertaining a woman, I already know what she about. I've accepted her, and if it don't work out, it don't work out, and it doesn't work out for reasons that may be similar to these other guys. But I say that to say. It is slim. It's still slim options when you only consider the good women in Atlanta because there's only so many, and you have to talk and learn these women as well because you have the ones who live a regular life but aspire to have the same lifestyle as their social media influencer favorites. You have the women who are really looking for a payday, but disguising it as dating. I feel like a lot of the standards and things, like I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the women, the modern women now get their dating tips from they're learning their game from women who sell it.
Right.
And I feel like you have this, like, you don't do that, but you're kind of saying, oh, I need to get paid for everything. Like, what? No, that's not like, you want me to pay to get to know you? That's not even like realistic.
Absolutely not. Now, I am one that so there are two people in this thing, not just one. And I'm a female speaking. Because that man, he's on a journey too. He has goals. He has a purpose. He has all these things that he want to accomplish as well. I do not believe in you spending a whole bunch of money on someone you're getting to know. Provider whole thing, that's marriage. I'm providing when we marry. But if I'm just getting to know you, no. Unless it's something that you just want to do, they should be cool with a scroll through the park. That's it.
They mentioned
a refresher from Starbucks.
They mentioned the provider role like before you even see them in person now.
And when they do that, you know that's not your person.
But it's so many of them doing that now. Like even the ones that you think shouldn't be doing that. Like, bro, you look like, come on, sis, you live a regular life.
Absolutely. And I tell the women, get your own. Because see, when you get your own, you can vet better. Because you don't have to worry about what's in that person's pocket. You can really get to know their character, their values. You don't have to worry about what they have in their pocket. You'll get there. But when you're so focused on what someone has in their pocket, then you're willing to turn a blind eye. And that's why you get caught up with these crazy people. Or you get, you end up being in a situationship with people who got multiple people. And you end up settling for something less than what you want because you're in their pocket. Your motives are wrong. Whenever your motives are wrong, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I promise you it doesn't work.
And I also feel, I look at everything in life is like relative, right? So like if things are coming to you easily, then, that's where you're supposed to be. But if you're like, and I'm speaking to the women when I say this, I feel like if you're asking where are the guys that are providers or where are the good men, then you are not in the circle that provides that. And one of those things is easier to find than the other. It's easy to find a good man. Are you going to find a good man that has enough money?
It's easy to find a good man?
If you're looking for a good man, you're going to find a good man.
Oh. Okay, I beg to differ, but continue.
If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
I just don't think, like in today's dating, first of all,
and I can't speak for that because I can only speak around.
You're a man.
I can only speak to what my circle is. Like all the guys that I hang with they're married.
Okay, they're married.
They're married. So when I hear about these horror stories that women are having with men in Atlanta, it's like, damn, like.
Because these men who know their worth, they'll tell you, I'm dating Jackie, Susan, Jill, Kim, Keisha, and either you cool with it or you not. And if you're not cool with it, move around. Like, they have no issues telling you that.
Well, you know what? Maybe that's just a lifestyle difference because I'm not a social person.
Okay.
I don't like hanging around a bunch of people. I always tell people, anybody that knows me will like co-sign this. But I've been like, once I get my family going, in my good 15, 20 years down the road, we gonna get a spot away from everybody.
15, 20 years down the road.
No. I mean, like, I'm trying to get married next year.
Okay, I'm
prayerfully.
With that. Okay.
But like,
you dating?
My roster's as dry as it's ever been right now. So if you were watching this, I'm single and looking. But I say, like, if I start my family next year and we say 15, 20 years from then, man, we about to get a crib in Wyoming somewhere away from everybody. Because
you can just go out to Woodstock where I am.
No, too many people over there. Too many people. No, I want to be away from everybody. Everybody.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody. Cause it's like, I don't like being around people.
Because you can create the life one thing about Atlanta, you can create the life that you want. If you want the fast life, if you want to live fast, you come to the city.
Are you from here?
No, I'm not. Oh. And so when I want to live that life as a public figure, as an entertainer, whatever you want to call it, I know how to come to Atlanta. But when I want peace and quiet, I want to be in the country, I know how to go to Woodstock.
Yeah. I'm listen, I stay in Buckhead right now, so I'm like right in the middle. Mix. I'm right in the middle, but it's close for work. It's good for work. I'm still in the phase of my life where I'm saving gas money. Okay, so I'm not trying to go from Woodstock to Buckhead every day.
Peach Pass.
Peach nothing. I'm on Peachtree. How about that?
Peachtree. That was good. I'm
on Peachtree. I'm right around the corner. I'm in the mix.
You know what comes with being in Buckhead, so.
Yeah, but I also don't go outside.
Okay.
I go here and I go home. It's probably gonna be a 12-minute ride.
So where do you meet your lady friend?
I don't know, and that's the thing. I that's what I've realized, like, over the past week. Like, damn, I might need to start going back outside because right now I'm just a DM slider. Or if I catch somebody up here,
I'm a DM slider.
I'm a DM slider. Okay, but at this point, it's like, damn, I might need to hit like a jazz event at Peachtree or something. Yeah. Like, just go out with the guys and just and you know,
it's gonna be easy because they're gonna be like, that's Kodaq girl.
But I've also had instances where, like, I come off intimidating. Like, I couldn't tell you how many times.
Don't tell me you're a jerk.
I'm not a jerk, but I'm just a very, like, assured person. So I don't.
That's a guard. Because you seem like you a teddy bear once the guard comes down. But it seems like when you out in the street, it's like kind of like it's a jerk. You got a jerk element to your personality.
I am. I have a standoff. I'm a Leo. So I mean, I'm a standoffish person. I don't really like hanging around just to hang around. Okay. I'm not gonna mix my words. Like, I'm not gonna mix feelings. Like, bro, if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. That's cool, but I mean, I feel like there are too many people in the world for anybody to get caught up on one person, like, that you're not already committed to. Like, if that's your wife, girl, go get your wife.
Yes, absolutely.
But if this is just somebody who you're talking to, like, I've gotten ghosted before. I don't care about getting ghosted anymore.
Right? Yeah.
It's like, you know, I may be upset in the moment, but shit, it happens.
Right.
I'd rather that person move on and be happy than me have to wonder why the conversation is so drawn out or is not as good as it used to be.
But look, what does that conversation consist of? Like, because you got to, like, kind of, like, be a little easy. You know?
This ain't working.
Like, see, no, you can't do that. You just kind of got to.
I'll accept that. Because if it's not working,
you got to relax, though.
Why?
Because you're getting to know someone that you've never known. So you got to take your time and vet the situation.
I'm not going to take my time and tell them it's not going to work.
But you got to just let it flow and let that person find their comfort zone. Just like you're trying to find your comfort zone, they're trying to find their comfort zone. So it may seem a little bit awkward in the beginning because they don't know you. And if they really like you, it's really awkward. It's when the person is just like vibing, that's because they like, he's a commoner. But when a person is kind of, it's a little awkward and they're struggling through that first conversation, give it maybe a 1 or 2 more times because they actually like you. And so it's uncomfortable to kind of just let it flow because they like you.
Yeah.
That's an indicator. Seriously. If somebody just vibe, you like, okay.
Yeah, if we vibing and it's cool and everything flowing easy, great, we good. But like if it's not, you don't have to slow down and kind of like brace me to cut me off.
No.
Just tell me, because I'm also not gonna be the
person.
person.
I see what you're saying with the ghosting.
Yeah. I'm also not gonna be the person that's gonna try to convince you to stay.
Right.
Because if we just talking and it's not working.
Right. Well, you can read the energy though and kind of see.
But sometimes you can't, because sometimes that could be just how they communicate.
Okay.
And that is another part about, like, that's really the worst part about dating anyone, because if it doesn't work, because I'm also the type of person, that's why I said, like, my definitions and standards of dating and everything is kind of like what it is, because I don't talk to multiple people at one time, seriously. Okay. If I'm talking...
So you're really a good guy, for real.
I am.
Behind no shades.
But also, to what you were saying earlier, I am one of those guys that knows their value as well at the same time, so I do know that if I wanted to be in a relationship, right now, like, I could text somebody and say, hey, I'm ready.
Okay.
But I don't want to be in a relationship with
anybody.
Well, I'm picky.
Well, you should be.
I'm picky.
It's your life.
And I feel like, because I am a guy that I have a career. I'm educated. I have no kids. I have no baggage. Never been in jail. I stay by myself. Have my own car. Everything I am is independent. So when I am dating, I can say no to certain things. I feel like I am at this point.
Hot commodity out here.
Like I've heard, I had a episode recently with some girls, and they was telling me about how some of the guys that they're talking to don't even have beds, and I'm like, wow. I have a bed in my bedroom, and I have a beanbag bed. Like, wow, I think I thought I was doing bad in life, but damn it, I at least have a bed. But if you, as a guy that knows that he has options, it's kind of like you're looked at differently by certain women by not settling.
No, I feel like with you, all you got to do is just be friendly. You ain't even got to do nothing. You could just, like how you kicking it with me, and you can feel the energy, and you can know what to do next. Because you won't have all the other stressors. You ain't even got to try. Just be friendly.
You know what? I thought of a crazy pickup line the other day. I'm a use it on you. You let me know if you like it. And I'm gonna take it out in the full video. I'm gonna just have it on me. Yeah, I'm gonna test it on you. I'm gonna take it out in the full video because I don't want nobody taking it. Okay. Now, you let me know what you think about it. After.
Okay, I will.
All right, so put your hand on the table.
Oh my God! Now, if there's an instant attraction, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, like that. If it's not, I'll be like, what? You can kind of see
Yeah. That was clever though, right?
It was clever.
Yeah. Would that get your attention?
It depends on if it was someone who there was an instant attraction.
Yeah.
But I feel like that could work, but I don't feel like you even got to do that.
What are guys missing about their approach these days?
You just you approach and ask the person their name. How are you? I'm Kodaq. What is your name? Like all that other extra stuff, you don't have to do.
None of the theatrics.
You don't have to do that. You know why? Because you're one of that don't have to do that. You just be friendly and kick it and low key and chill and just like see where the conversation flow out. Like if you're in like a open area with a bunch of people, and you know how you connect with different people based on whatever's going on in that environment in that moment. You might mention something that's going on in the room, like, and just kind of just sit back and just see if they respond, and then go from there. That's all you got to do. You don't have to do any of that. Really, you don't. Like if I was just sitting there and you just kind of made small talk with me, you know, and if I gather, because women know off the back if they want to give you that type of energy. If they don't, or if they do, they know. We know. And I start talking back to you and just kind of kick in. You're like, okay.
Yeah, Is she get the fellas? Does she get the laughing?
Yeah,
during the conversation?
You know it. You just let it flow and just let it be organic. Yeah. Let it be organic, and you in there. But if she kind of standoffish, like, you know, then you already know. No, that ain't it.
That's not
it. Ain't no point in trying. Leave it alone. Yeah. And then they're gonna be like, dang, he ain't, you know. But listen, you left and you still, you know, have your dignity, and she can go on her way. Yeah. Because she gonna be like, oh, okay, I thought he was trying to talk to me, but I guess not. No, because you felt the energy right away, and you ain't gotta even continue.
And that's another thing too. I feel like a lot of women want you. They want to play that hard to get roll with certain guys, and if. Like, I'm not, no.
But those type of people you don't want because they're not sure who they are.
Yeah.
When you know who you are, that's who gonna show up to the conversation.
Yeah.
If you don't know who you are, there's gonna be a bunch of foolishness. You're not interested in that anyway. You ain't got time. I ain't got time to kind of dig through all them layers. No,
I don't
have time for that.
And when you are dating intentionally, that's some things that you do have to kind of maneuver around as well, because I'm not trying to do none of that shit that you want to do. I'm not.
See, the intentionality comes once you've vetted that person and you two both decide that we want to take it a step further. But when you just meeting somebody, you just going to the club or to a lounge and you kicking it and you just kind of having small talk, that's where you can just kind of do a filler. You ain't got to do, you can just kind of be cool and lay back and kind of watch a person's energy, how they move, and then you can decide to say, well, I'm about to, leave, but you want to put your number in my phone, or however you guys say that part. You got that. And that's it. And if they give it to you, boom.
I know that's right. I'm more of a you text me type of person, because if I get your number, I'm gonna text you immediately, because I know, and then I know what I like too. It's, if I'm approaching you even in public, I'm already 50% there.
Okay, you already know. So you kind of like one of those men that know. You're rare, because most men, they not intentional. They might see an attractive girl, may not even be their person, but she might just be beautiful based on society standard of beautiful, and they on something else. They not even serious about it. But like you, I'm like you. I know, like, I ain't just playing with nobody. I'm not even gonna sit and waste your time. Don't ask for your number. I'm not gonna give it to you if I'm not interested. I'm gonna be like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
But if I give it to you and I sit and I, chop it up with you, then there is a level of interest there.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's crazy that we sitting having this conversation here, because it's actually this girl that walks. She walks her dog in front of this building like every day, probably around 7:30, right? And I'm always in the studio when she walks by, to the point where I noticed it, because I'm the same black girl, same dog. And I'm like, damn, one day I'm gonna catch her out there, and we gonna see what happens. But I know she got to stay close, so she might stay like in this building over here. But it's certain stuff like that, like just being in the same spot, like noticing the routine, catching the routine.
Yeah.
So in situations like that, like, yeah, I already find you attractive. I see that you keep routines, so you're knowledgeable about certain things, and you like things to be set in stone of what you do. Cool. Now it's up to, I just got to see if we mesh. So that's why I'm never gonna be the type to. I'm not gonna talk to somebody to convince them to like me. Right. If I'm taking somebody on a date, that's why I don't feel any intimidation by some of these online conversations about, oh, you got to take her to this thing on the first date, or you got to take her there on the first date. No, because if it took me to take you to a nice restaurant for you to like me, then you didn't like me.
No, you didn't. And I feel like you need to take a little bit more time to vet and talk before you go out on a date. That way you can kind of feel what they like, what they dislike. You can tell if their representative is on the call or if it's them authentically on the call. You can tell if somebody is being pretentious or they're being authentic. You don't want someone who's being pretentious. You can tell when somebody's, you like, I know, damn, this is not you for real. Like, this is not you kicking it with your girls or kicking it with your homeboy that you known since you was a kid.
Yes, and I need you to, I need you to be, I need her to be my friend.
Right.
Because that's how you build. That's how you build anything solid. Anything like even if you're going into business, you don't go into business with somebody just because they got money.
Right.
You're gonna find out real quick how they got that money.
Exactly.
From snaking your dumb man. Now, if I'm talking to a girl, we're gonna have some conversations before, or even if it's something simple like going to the movies, like we're still gonna talk before we get to that level. You feel me?
Yeah, you need to talk.
Yeah.
Need to talk a lot. Not like one or two times. You need to like really see if they returning phone calls. See if they vibing with you. Give it a couple of weeks to see, and then like once you see there's a level of consistency, now I don't mind making an investment in what we've created thus far. Yeah. Because there's some consistency there. She returned my text. I returned her text. She called me. I call her. We sat on the phone and talked for a couple of hours. So there's an investment of time. So you ain't just blowing your money on anybody. And
here's another thing that I hate. I hate like when you are like, and this is single people venting. So I hate when somebody says, use the excuse like, oh, I was busy, so that's why I couldn't. Because I'm busy as hell.
Right.
This is my third interview today.
That ain't.
So you can't tell me that you're busy as a way to get out of talking to me. It's cool if you don't want to talk to me. That's perfectly fine.
Right.
But you don't have to make up an excuse.
Right.
You just say, "Hey, I ain't feel like talking to you today."
Right.
Cool, but that's fine because I know for me, communication is very high on my. It's really like number one because if you can communicate, you can get through a lot of things.
Yeah.
You can get through 90% of the issues that relationships bring by communication. So if you don't want to communicate, that's perfectly fine. We're not gonna be good together.
Create expectations like. So when would be a good time to call you? I know you're busy. I'm busy. You know, I'm usually finished with my day around 6, 7. You know, would it be a good time? And then they're anticipating that phone call. Now, if they don't answer at 6 or 7, whatever time you set, you already know that is not it.
Yeah, and even if it's a situation to where they miss it and
they need to call you back.
Yeah, exactly. So if they miss it and don't even call you back, because I look at that's really. As of this year, that's how I've been looking at certain things. Like if I would reach out to a girl and not hear nothing from her, ever, it's one-sided. Because if we were talking for real, then you would notice that we ain't talked in a minute, or we ain't talked in a few hours, and you would at least shoot a text.
Right.
But if you're not even shooting a text, and you see me calling you, you see it like, okay, you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. That's fine. But like that's fine is don't come back.
Right.
Because if I can't even give you space to play in my face like that.
No, absolutely not. You can read the energy. You can read the energy based on the level of consistency, based on the tone in the conversation. You can see if they're rushing to get off the phone. First of all, men are different from females because you guys will let a good woman go just because I'm just not ready to be in a relationship right now. It don't mean it's anything personal toward you, but us women, we cannot be in a position to be in a relationship for whatever the reason. But if we're somebody that we like, we're going to make it happen because it's just not enough men. So if we meet somebody that we really dig in, regardless of whether we're in a position or not, we're going to make that thing happen. We're going to fix it. We're going to be like, I'm not letting this pass me up. No, that's just what it is.
But I also feel like with where we are right now in society, women have the grass is greener shit going as well, because if they are talking to one guy and they think they can do better with another guy may be spending more, which it all comes back to the same thing. If that is what you're after, then you're never going to be happy because it's always going to be somebody with more money.
Yeah, it ain't about what somebody's spending because somebody can spend their money and never give you their time. So that's not a good indicator. That's not a true indicator of gauging somebody's interest, because if I'm over here and I'm a millionaire, that's nothing for me. Mm-hmm. I do that for you and about 10 other people. It's not.
But I've heard so many times a woman say, "Oh, how you don't like me because you didn't spend no money on me."
No, then they're shallow, and that's not your person. That's not someone who's looking to build.
So can you be a good man with $0 in a relationship? Can you be a good partner with $0?
I don't know about $0 because you got to be able to make some investment in the relationship. You may not be ready to be, not that you're not a good man, but you may not be ready to be in a relationship. Because because like we want to go out and get to know each other and do things. Who's going to pay for that? Who's paying for it?
You. You're not paying for it?
No, so this is how I'll tell you about me.
And I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to get your
No, I'm saying this is how I operate. Like, on the first day, I do expect the man to pay. Now, I'm not going to be like, you can't take me to the Cheesecake Factory. You could take me to the Cheesecake Factory. I'm cool. But if you take me out a couple of times and I see you paying, then I'm going to pay the next time. That's just me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I got this. Because you're not going to be the only one paying. If I really like you, if I'm going on multiple dates with you, then that card is definitely coming out. I'm like, I got it. You know.
So you don't have a problem with spending money?
No, I love giving to my man. Now, if I'm really into you, oh yes, I'm gonna take care of you, because giving you makes me feel good. It does something for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I say, like, when I see these girls online saying, "Oh, if he make you pay for anything, he don't like you." Like, damn,
he didn't make me pay. I offered.
You're not gonna spend nothing on your man ever, ever. You're never gonna spend nothing.
I love giving. I love it. I get something out of it.
The people, and this goes for men and women, I feel like the people that take such offense to gifts in relationships are speaking from a place of lack. Because if I'm, when I do eventually get in that relationship, and I am where I am in life. Like we're good right now, but I know it's only gonna get better.
Yeah.
And if I got M's on M's on M's, why wouldn't I spend money on my girl?
Right.
I'm not saying spend everything you got at one time on her, but if I can do something nice for her, why wouldn't I do that?
Right.
Like if I see a guy say, "Oh, if I'm talking to a girl and I would never pay her rent, I would never take her out, I would never do," you're not gonna do nothing for your girl.
No, you you should want to do something if you really.
But that's why I say those people speak from a place of lack because they don't have. Honestly, they don't have it. And even if I do have a girl that does have like an insane makeup routine or regimen or whatever, if I got it, I'm gonna spend it.
Right.
If I can afford it, I don't care if it's $10,000 a day. If I have $1 billion, I'm gonna spend that because I got it.
Right.
So now you just scale that down to what's realistic for you.
For you, absolutely. Don't be paying nobody's rent and y'all just dating now because you got to keep that up. Now, if you just want to slide her a couple dollars and she can use it how she wants, that's one thing. But don't be like, here go your rent, because she gonna be expecting it next month. And do that for somebody who you locked in with. Absolutely.
Because you are trying to convince. This is what I said earlier about not doing things for people who I'm like not trying to convince women to like me through dating.
Right.
Now, if I'm talking to a woman, I got to be specific about my verbiage with you. if I'm talking to a woman, and we just talking, and I send her. That's my show alarm. If I'm talking to a woman and I send her $200 go get some food, right? But we just talking. There's no really commitment. There's like she don't even text me back every day for real. Why would I expect that to be something that's going to lock her in? Because she could be talking to 20 other people.
If she not texting you back, that's a red flag.
I feel like communication is the biggest red flag for me.
Yeah, that's a red flag. Even if I can't get to you right away, I got to get to you.
Yeah.
I got to.
So,
because that means you ain't even think about me at all throughout the day. You ain't even.
Should communication be like spot 1 or 2 on people's red flags list?
That's one. That's how we create and develop our foundation through communication and clarity.
So if she don't text you every day, she don't like you?
She don't got to text you every day, but if you text her, she better respond. He better respond. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, in the beginning, you may not text every day, but as you're developing that relationship over time.
If I even ask for your number, because if I don't like you, I just talk to you on Instagram. If I just want to be, I just talk to you on Instagram. I don't need to. You don't need to have my number. I don't need to have yours, baby. Where you at? WYA. Where you at? But if I like you, I'm on your line. I'm FaceTiming you. I'm sending you songs that reminded. Listen, I was talking to a girl earlier this year. Man, I wrote her a poem.
What happened to her?
It's weird. Things get weird.
How weird? How?
Listen, I don't know. All I know is one day I woke up, she wasn't following me on Instagram no more. I was like,
what did you do?
I don't know I still don't know what I did.
What did you call and ask?
Yeah, I called and I shot a text and didn't hear nothing back. So I was like, all right. But that's, again, a part of my personality. Shit happens.
Wow. How long were you guys dating? Or talking? Or courting?
From February to, I guess, June?
All that time and she didn't respond?
Listen, I don't know.
Is she alive?
She alive? I just try to stay off her page now because if I look at her page, I'm gonna get mad.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you stop by her house?
Nah. I let it go because obviously if I'm texting you, if I'm hitting you up, you're not responding and you unfollow me, what do we need to talk about?
Something happened.
I don't know.
If something happened, you gotta trace back and be like, what was the last conversation like? What was the last engagement like?
The last time we kicked it was cool. It was cool. The last time we went out on an actual date, it was cool. It was cool. But it was, I don't know, it just fell out the grid. So it's like, what I'm gonna do? Cry?
Just out the blue like that though, that's weird.
What I'm as a man, what am I supposed to do?
I would ask like, hey, like, what did the text say? What did you say in the text?
I forgot. I probably deleted the thread by now.
I'd be like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a couple of days. Is everything okay?
Everything is obviously not okay. And if she don't want, this is what I'm saying. If you don't have to tell me. Your actions show me everything.
But listen, you don't have nothing to lose if you care. This is the thing. We worry about our ego and pride. And if it's something that you feel like is worth it, that has value, you got to put that to the side. Like, what's the worst that can happen?
But if I think it has value and she doesn't, what am I hitting her up for?
Well, how do you know?
She ain't hit me up.
I would.
You
I
unfollow?
wouldn't do it now, but I would before. I would have said, "Hey, did I do something wrong?"
I think that was along the lines of that text.
Okay.
So it's like, if you didn't respond to that, you didn't respond to my phone call, you've already shown me.
Yeah, that's hopefully everything's okay.
I mean, I ain't heard nothing
You
bad.
was seeing her for a while though, and then for her to do that.
Hey,
that's weird.
Shit happens. Life sucks and then you die.
Okay.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about that. So do you think marriage is still like a goal for this generation?
Absolutely. I think so. With the right person though.
I feel like people want their cake and eat it too right now too much.
I would say that once a person gets established and like find themselves, it becomes a goal. I think the younger generation not so much. But I think it's still a goal overall.
The younger generation is into this poly shit.
Oh, hell no. And that's something I will never understand.
That is something that I tried earlier in the early part. Well, I wasn't because I'm just too like. And then I think it was my first time talking about this shit for real.
Oh my gosh.
But I wasn't. She was. Like she was into that life, and I didn't know much about it. I thought it was like, okay, this is something that I was in my past. Like, all right, cool. But then it was like, yeah, I'm still be doing this if we're in a relationship. Huh? What?
So she's seeing another person.
It was that's essentially what. But she was also in the time period where she was abstaining. So it wasn't like she was actually seeing anybody. So I didn't see it in its full stage.
Okay.
But when it was over, it was kind of like, okay, well, yeah, I got this. Mind you, it was good for me too because I could do the same thing. But I don't be fucking with nobody outside of the person who I'm attached to. So I'm like, in my head, I can't even it still don't make sense to me in my head, because how time, relationships are built over bonds and time and shit like that. Yeah. So I feel how I processed it was I can't really commit to you for real if you going up and doing what you want to do when you want to do it.
And that can't be trusted because I know someone who is poly and he lives a poly lifestyle and it's more centered around economics, but people utilize it to date multiple people. Yeah. So you gotta figure out why are you doing this?
And I can't build a bond with somebody who is emotionally tied to other people.
It's not for everybody. It's
she was a great person. Probably that was really literally the only thing. So it's almost like, damn, God, am I being pranked right now? Because everything else was cool. Everything else was cool. But it's kind of like that's a part of her, and I respect her. Like we still friends. Okay. Like we still great friends. But that was something that I just could not. I can't. Like even if I have the freedom to go do it as well, because if I love you, I love you. I don't even want to be around these bitches. These bitches make me sick. These other bitches make me sick. If I'm and I can't be committed to you and get up and be committed to another person. Right. So I really feel like that was the opportunity for me to learn more about myself and what I'm not gonna what I'm not gonna put up with in a relationship and what I'm not gonna allow. So I mean, I'm thankful for the experience, but I just realized like, nah, that's not shit.
It's a lifestyle though. It's not something that you just do.
Oh it's just a lifestyle.
And she's like, no. Okay, now next.
So we mentioned earlier about easing into the dating phase, but what if a guy said that, you know what, if she wants to hold off on having sex too early, I'm gonna hold off on how much I spend on her too early. Like, is that an equal thing?
No, because she's not a prostitute, right? I mean, if you guys, first of all, if you have a conversation and she says, I want to wait until marriage to have sex, then you have to decide if that's something that you're willing to do, if that's something that you're willing to wait on. This ain't got nothing to do with how much you spend, because the moment you agree to that, then you're moving forward in the relationship like you would a relationship, regardless of whether she's doing it or not, because you had a conversation and you agreed to it. She's not a prostitute. She's just saying that I would rather do it this way for whatever her reasons are. And it's up to you on whether you decide to do it or not. It's not equivalent, though.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, though.
Why? I mean, if you like them and they have good reason, they say, you know what, in times past, I just haven't had luck in this area, and I just really want to do it differently this time.
So you gonna make what another whack dude did affect us?
Well, probably it's already affected her in a negative way, which is why she has decided to do this. So she probably find it best, like, and she may just want to spend more time with you, getting to know you, to even see if it's something that you guys should take to the next level, but without the pressure. You know what I'm saying? Because there could be pressure. So, and then if you never know, you might be missing out on your person.
Now, my follow-up question for that is, if that is something that she wants to do,
yes,
should he be allowed to get some coochie on the side?
No.
So I just got to be coochieless?
Yeah, but let's put a time limit on that. So this is where intentionality comes, because if she's saying, I don't want to have sex until marriage, then at that point, then you talk about the intentionality of you guys dating. So I like you. I can see, like, if you like her and you can see it going further in the future, then that's a conversation y'all need to have. And we need to do this for 6 months, a year, however long. Discuss it. You have to have continuous communication with that. And, talk about where the relationship is going. What do you see, the relationship doing later on down the line? Does it have potential to move to the next level? Like, that's what your mind got to be in order to be in a situation like that. I'm not saying just date with no direction and she's saying, I want to wait, because now you're wasting your time. But if you find out that this is your person, because sex does not determine, you got to get to know a person, find out their likes, dislikes, their values, morals, character, all those different things. And if all those boxes are checked, you mean to tell me you're going to push it to the side because you're not having sex? No, you're going to be like, I'm intentional about it.
It depends on how high. We were saying earlier that communications is very high on the list.
Yes.
A lot of people, sex is high on that list as well.
Right, but it's not that you're never going to do it, but this is the time that we're vetting each other, and we have decided together that we want to take this to the next level.
Well, if I'm vetting you, then I'm about to vet some other coochie in the meantime.
No. You can't do that. That's not, your attention is divided.
My attention not divided. I don't care about this girl.
Then that ain't your person if you don't.
I don't care about this girl I'm getting the coochie from.
No, then you using somebody for sex.
She using me back.
Oh my goodness. I don't think that.
That's unhealthy.
Nah, yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Well.
Yeah, you can do it though. Like, if this person checked off all the check boxes, she just said, I want to wait, then that's your time to go ahead and vet this thing, spend time, can be consistent, and go ahead and take it to the next level.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about the good relationships that I've had in the past. And if that person said, okay, I'm going to wait.
But now we waiting with intentionality. We're not waiting with no direction. Let's be clear. We ain't just waiting to be hanging out.
Yeah.
Like, you and I, we have decided that I really like you and I can see this going to the next level.
Okay,
so
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? So we're going to put a number on this. Let's wait 6 months and let's just see where it is, and then we can decide what we're going to do moving forward.
Yeah.
I
can see that.
You could do it. It's worth it if that's your person, considering what's out here. It's take a little work.
I'm joking.
It's take a little work, but anything worth having is worth working for.
Do you think women that have kids are, I guess, socially kind of move down the totem pole when it comes to desirability in relationships?
Nope. The women with kids get the man. I'm gonna tell you why. Because they don't have the time like a single woman with no children got time. So, men, it's like y'all like to be rejected. I don't know what it is. And you like a little resistance.
I'm a Leo, baby. No, I need you to be infatuated with me.
Yeah, but see, a woman with kids, their time is limited. So when they spend time, that time has to be valuable. And for some reason, that's attractive to a man when a woman is kind of guarded. Whereas with a woman who doesn't have any children and they're available, men kind of turned off. They're like, eh. But I'm serious. I have seen it. Women with children.
So you say women with children get chose up more?
They still high on the totem pole, absolutely. And then they are more intentional about dating because they're not going to have just anybody around their children. So they lock it down a lot quicker.
I don't want to be around them bad ass kids. No way.
They lock it down quicker than a single woman, in my opinion.
For sure. Okay. I just wanted to know what you thought about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, anything else you have to get off your mind and chest that the people at ATL need to know about? Well, not just ATL, worldwide need to know.
Worldwide.
Yeah. About what you got coming up. Anything else?
So, people check out my show, want the people to check out my show, Relationships Matter, you can find that on YouTube, and you can find it on In the Black Network. And we actually have a mention party coming up on August the 25th. Me and my partner, Josh Powell. It's our 1-year anniversary of our show, Relationships Matter. And you can RSVP. It's a free event at relationshipsmatterlive.eventbrite.com. We're going to have a chef. We're going to have games. It's going to be fun.
There's some fine women now.
It's going to be some fun. And we're already over capacity. We have some more space, but yeah, it's already popping.
Tell Leon, add your boy. I need a plus one. Actually, your Kodaq plus one. I'm going to bring my homie there. I'm going to bring my wingman there. We're going to rack it up that day. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like getting women in that environment, in that setting, if you got a wingman, is a lot easier than just walking up, because you walk up by yourself, you can look a little creepy, like, who is this nigga?
But inside of a mansion, it's close quarters,
it's
intimate, and y'all, you can just chit chat. We're gonna have gaming. We're gonna roll out our
Are
relationship.
y'all playing Uno? No, you got your own card game.
No, yeah, we have other games, but I don't think we have Uno this time.
I'll bring my own Uno cards.
You gonna bring your Uno cards? Yeah, but you can, we're gonna have, so we have this relationship card game coming out, right? And so we have branded it heavily, there'll be pillows with questions that you would ask someone who you was trying to get to know. And it kind of creates a conversation where you can get some of those difficult questions, and you can use that as a segue to speak to someone that you're checking out across the room.
Yeah.
What do you think about this question right here? What are your thoughts on it? And then boom, she's talking, and it's everybody's doing it, so you'll know if they're interested, because they'll have that conversation with you, or they're kind of shy.
You said August 25th?
August 25th.
We are in the building.
Yes.
Put me down for a plus one. I'll be there. And give me your socials again so they can follow you on all social platforms.
Yes, you can find me at Chanel Nicole Scott on all social media platforms.
For sure. Listen, Chanel Scott came and kicked it with your homie right here on the Big Homie's house. We had a good conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, had a good conversation. Listen, stay tapped in with everything the homies got going on. Follow me as well on all socials. BIG HOMIEKODAQ. Big Homie Kodaq. And until next time, we gone.